It's the Aloha shirt psychic. Go and grab your lei. His name is Meldor. He keeps our stress at bay. And every week he goes live on the internet to read on all of your political comments. It's the Aloha shirt psychic.
Hello, everybody. I'm Meldor, the Aloha Shirt Psychic, and welcome to Aloha Thursday. And we have the one, the only, the magnificent Kevin Loving Vibrations in the house.
No, that was a lead-in. Hello. Good to be here.
Yeah, right? I've got to get Aiden to do a lead-in for Aloha Thursdays with Kevin and Mel. So,
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do. But I thought I'd try that. And Aiden did that lead in, and he does a good job. So Kevin, what's coming up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. I do have Holy Fire level 1 and 2 Reiki classes, August 23rd and September 13th, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I have all of that info on the website, kevinslovingvibrations.com. And I also have some availabilities for readings and Reiki sessions for August and September on the website.
Okay. And if you want to contact Kevin, look below. But how do they do it, Kevin? Just for grins and giggles.
You can contact me on my website. I have a contact, or my email's on my YouTube channel.
All righty. So take Kevin's classes. He's an excellent teacher. And you'll be happy that you did.
What do you have going on?
Well, I'm leaving for Hawaii on Sunday, and I'll be gone 7 days. I have a Spanish class tonight, but I'm not going to be able to do it because this is the only night I've got to pack, because I got stuff tomorrow night, Saturday night, and then I won't be able to do my Spanish class next Thursday because I'll be in Hawaii. I'll try to do a live show with Kevin and I'll try, but they're 5 hours behind us. So
yeah, I say enjoy your time on vacation. I always say when I go someplace, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do a live show, and then you get there and you're busy or you just need that relaxation. You don't get around to it.
So maybe
you've been working really hard lately, my friend. That you deserve
so maybe break. We'll just do it when let's just not do it Thursday. We'll do it when I get back.
Yeah, we'll do it the following. Yep.
And one of my travelers asked today about going to Iceland, and I inquired, and we're past final payment, so it's kind of impossible. But Mayflower was able to get an extra room. So nice. I do have an opening for Iceland, possibly 2. So if you're interested, let me know, because they won't hold it long. You can, call me at the number below, 847-590-5411, or email me at www.meldor.com. So we're leaving for the 16th for Peru, October 1st for Iceland. Next year, I'm thinking about doing a tour to the Galapagos and a tour on the Danube that starts in Prague, goes down to Germany, goes across Austria with a stop in Bratislava, and ending in Budapest, Hungary. And maybe a cruise on the scenic eclipse to maybe the Adriatic and the Aegean. So anyway, that's next year. So I've got to get on that. And Kevin and I are working on some things to be announced at a later date. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Something to anticipate for sure.
There you go. So that's what I have coming. Hello to Andro Niki, Andro, Andro -Niki, Niki. I use the products every day. We don't get paid for plugging it. They're just incredible. Everybody loves them. I think there was a back order. I don't think there is now. So check that out. And now we're ready to get started. I think that's everything. Get the housekeeping under control, right?
Absolutely. Hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Go over to my channel, Kevin's Loving Vibrations, and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate that. So Mel and I are reading on politics and current events. So you can put your questions in the chat, all caps. We'll get to as many as possible.
Somebody put this in. I see Sylvia Hanks put it in. Here, I'll just put this up. But I wanted to talk about it anyway. Trump wants to tear down the East Wing of the White House. Will this really happen? Thank you both. Before we went on, I have not watched the news at all, but I Googled breaking news, and first thing that comes up, 200 million, 90,000 square feet addition to the East Wing. He wants to pave over the iconic Rose Garden and restyle the Oval Office with gold trim. That's
of course.
Mar-a-Lago. And he says he's going to pay for it and have private donations pay for it.
Okay.
I have to ring my bell.
Is that your BS bell?
It's one of my BS bells. I have a whole collection of them. That'll come through when we upload this. So I guess the question is, will it happen? And if it does, who's going to pay for it? I see a lot of pushback about it happening. And
this is the first I'm hearing of it, so let me throw a couple cards. But I think we all know that private donors won't be paying for it. We'll be paying for it.
Well, obviously, we know it'll be the taxpayers. But
Exactly.
I pulled the Nine of Swords. Anxiety, worry, this, that. And they're saying it will be finished by the time he finishes term in office. Now, when they say 200 million, you're looking at a 90,000 square foot addition. It's going to cost a lot more than 200.
Yeah.
And what frosts me about it is that you cut foreign aid to people that are starving. You cut Medicaid for people who are here who really need it, but you can waste $200 million putting in a ballroom so you can have 656 guests who probably wouldn't attend anyway unless they're your rich friends. Not that you have any friends. I see something wrong with this picture. I'm telling you, it's going to be, I see things brought in to block it. He doesn't have that power or authority. And I see lawsuits, and those lawsuits will be victorious. What did you get?
Well, I just threw a couple cards, and I actually feel like the funding is going to be the problem. So, like I said, it's going to come from the taxpayers. I don't know if that has to be appropriated by Congress, but it's like juggling resources. And then the death card, which would be, no, there's an ending there. Yeah, if it does happen, it's reversed pretty quickly. But I'm almost feeling, no, I'm not really seeing that happen.
I pulled the Emperor, and I cut the cards again, and look what came up, the same card.
Oh. Well, I think he's going to have a pretty interesting August in September. I just had notes on doing the astrology and my psychic prediction. It was pretty illuminating for August and September. So go check that out if you haven't.
The other thing is, it is going to be August the 1st. Boy, where did the summer go, man? It seems like the summers fly by and the winters just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems just like yesterday I was 50. Here I am old. But Trump's trade deadlines, August the 1st is hitting. And I read in a certain news outlet, whose name I won't mention, they used to be, pretty much non-biased, but they're becoming more and more slanted toward Trump. I think they're afraid of him. But, they're saying, that the tariffs, that he got what he wanted. No, he did not. The European Union is standing strong. Canada is standing strong. China, pushed back, and Trump made it, and the media here made it look like it was a win for Trump when really it wasn't, because he didn't really get what he wanted. He said, I'm going to do this. And China said, we're going to do this. And then he's touting it as like, oh my God, it was so wonderful. No.
How many trade deals has he actually gotten done? 2?
Right.
Exactly. 2, and it's mission accomplished. Yeah. Okay.
And they're saying, it didn't hurt the economy. It's strong. Well, because he didn't get them done yet. And I see inflation. I see the economy in the toilet. And here's what I see: the magician. You know, look what I'm doing over here. But
Yeah,
down
master manipulator. Yeah.
right. So I guess the question is, what's going to happen when with these tariffs if these people don't bow to his bidding on the deadline dates? I got a feeling I see what's going to happen, but what do you think, Kevin?
Let me throw a couple cards on it. I feel him chickening out again with the tariffs. I know he said that he's not doing an extension. I think the tariffs start to go into play tomorrow, but I see him chickening out.
Would that be a taco move?
It would be a taco moment.
I love that.
I see people continuing to fight back and him having to go back to the drawing board with the hermit here. Other countries are standing up to the bully. Page of Wands. So there's, I don't know. I think some people may be enjoying actually standing up to him, not taking him seriously. But I see, what's the word that I want to use? I feel like it's going to be okay. I see trade continuing. So,
Taco, Trump always chickens out. I think I'm not going to extend the deadlines, and then what'll happen? You'll watch and see if he says that or whatever, that the stock market is going to take a huge hit, which I do see coming, big hit, and then it's going to force him to say, "Wait a minute, oh wait, let me extend the deadline," and I think he's doing it to manipulate the stock market.
Oh, absolutely. Him and his wealthy friends, yeah.
That's the magician. Look what I'm doing here, went under here. And I think they use it as ways to manipulate the stock market because they make a lot of money when it takes a hit and then comes back up.
Yep, I agree. And I do see after he's gone, big investigations into the stock market manipulation.
I got to plug my phone in. Hold on, it's about to die. I guess the bigger question is, people ask it all the time, and we've answered it a gazillion times. When is he gone?
That's always the hard thing. But I'm feeling he's going to have a very hard August and September. So
something big is coming. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but something huge is going to hit, and it's going to be very damning for him.
Yeah.
Of course,
on multiple fronts, though, too. I feel a health event coming in for him, and I was picking up August for that. The Epstein stuff is not going to settle down. I see more stuff coming out about that. I see the protests continuing to get bigger and bigger, and we both said that I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to put the military on protesters. Feel that's coming. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things that eventually he just implodes.
It's like throw something in, right? Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that. It's stuff we've all said. And boy, now I heard that RFK Jr., he is a piece of work. He's bringing back the fitness program because he's going to make America healthy again. Oh, you're going to make America healthy again. You don't believe in vaccinations. You don't believe in this. You don't believe in that. So how are you protecting people's health? Oh, they're going to have to do fitness exams in school. Excuse me? I mean, I do agree that we should be fit. I get that. And we need to watch our diets.
I think that there should be a lot of changes in with preservatives and food dyes and chemicals in food and stuff. I'm not all for that, but I'm definitely not anti-vaccine. Well, what do you expect? Donald Trump nobody has to be qualified for their positions. He just wants loyal soldiers that aren't going to fight him and do what he wants. So that's what you get when somebody, isn't an expert to be in that kind of position.
Oh, yes, Mr. Trump. Oh, yes.
Exactly.
Right. And, they've got the, what to talk about health when Donald Trump has this swelling in his legs and his hands, which the doctors are supposedly saying venous insufficiency, which we all know is congestive heart failure. Exactly. And his kidneys. I got a funny feeling for entertainment purposes only. He's got to watch his blood sugar. And they're talking about make America healthy again. Well, we'll see. I think all those executive orders, in fact, I know, or I see psychically, all those executive orders he's signing, all that stuff, once he's out of office, the first thing a Democrat or an independent president will do is do away with all of Trump's executive orders. That's
Good.
the first thing.
It's going to take a while to clean up all the damage, though.
And what about that guy that was Trump's lawyer that the Senate just swore in as a federal judge?
Yeah. Well, I said I felt him getting in Bovee.
Bovee, that's right.
But when I threw cards on him, he had awful cards, and I would not be surprised if, I know it's a lifetime appointment, but I don't see him in there for very long.
I don't either. I see him impeached. But I know what Trump is doing. My psychic light bulb went on. He's thinking that if one of the justices leaves the court, or that he can add Bovee to the court, because now Bovee's a federal judge, and he can stack the court with the people that will absolutely do his bidding. But that's going to blow up in his face.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Do you ever see Bovee on the Supreme Court?
Well, that's the plan. I don't see that at all.
That's the plan. I think he had the plan to put Aileen Cannon on there, but I don't know. But at some point, I see Bovee disbarred, his license revoked, his legal license revoked, and all that stuff. So
yeah, he had horrible cards. I don't remember exactly what I got, but I did not felt him getting in. So like some short-term success, but a lot of headache and hardship. Not too far out there in the future. All right.
All righty, here we go. Rose Blue. Hello, Rose Blue. How are you, my dear? Will Lindsey Graham get the short straw and tell, what is that? I know it's Trump. Orangina? Is that what it says? He needs to resign for health reasons. Well, they can tell Trump he needs to resign for health reasons, but Trump won't do it. I mean,
exactly.
The only way that Trump would resign for health reasons would be if they carried him out feet first. But
I don't see Lindsey Graham telling him he needs to resign, but I think a lot of the Epstein stuff coming out is J.D. Vance working behind the scenes with Murdoch and leaking that stuff because a lot of the big oligarchs, donors, they're kind of tired of Trump and they want somebody a little bit more serious like Vance.
I pulled a card for Lindsey Graham and look what I got. Judgment.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know. I see him getting in hot water. I don't know if he'll be indicted, but some big scandals coming out about Lindsey Graham. You know, Lindsey Graham, at first he couldn't stand Trump, and he's a total chameleon. But I think now he's South Carolina, I think, right? North Carolina,
yeah.
So, whatever. But the people in that state are going to be tired of his shenanigans, and I see him out of office. So voted out.
I've always tapped into Lindsey Graham, and I feel like his ending from politics is not going to be a very favorable one. I always see him in a dark room, like he's lost everything.
That's how I see it. Could you look into his wardrobe and tell me what you see? Do they share Maybelline with Vance or what?
Yeah, maybe. I won't tell you what my first thought was.
I know. I got it. Okay, this is a good one. I'll let you go with it, Kevin. Laura.
All right. Greg Abbott win re-election in Texas 2026. I'd always felt him leaving at his next election, but somebody asked me, somebody that was running against him, and I didn't feel good about that Democrat, but I'm sure that they haven't even had a primary yet, so maybe it's a different candidate. Let's take a look right now.
Let's see what we got here. All righty then. Got to shuffle these cards. You know what? Let me just check something else here real quick.
I get the judgment card here, which would be like some big breaking news against him and some judgment. And I don't think, unfortunately for Texas with all the flooding and Their infrastructure, I see them having a lot of problems that aren't being addressed. So I kind of see that coming back. I get a Queen of Pentacles as the next winner. So maybe it's a female. I don't know. I haven't heard of any females running, but I think it will be really close, though. He's getting a lot of money and working hard here.
Well, my first response was going to be kind of cocky.
Mm.
Will Greg Abbott win re-election in Texas? No, provided they count the votes right.
Well, exactly. We know how they like to run elections in Texas.
But I pulled the 5 of Cups.
Mm.
And that would be a partial loss. That would be, focusing the energies on disappointment. I do think they're going to try to play with the election, but that's going to come out.
Can I say, I really hope that, what's the Attorney General?
Paxton.
He's supposedly running for Senate, and polls in Texas show that he has he's doing better than the incumbent, I think, Cornyn. But I feel if Paxton gets the nomination, I feel a Democrat will win that Senate seat.
So do I. They might, Abbott's got to watch his health. I pulled a 4 of Cups, but that just means something unexpected offered to the person. It doesn't have to be something good.
Yeah, well, and it's not being. It can also mean not being satisfied with what's being offered to you.
Exactly, and that's what I thought. The other thing is, Paxton. I still see him in hot water. I still see him. He was under indictment, and for some reason they dropped everything. But those charges haven't gone away.
Yeah.
And I see him with criminal charges. And if he's smart, he'll plead guilty. And maybe what I'm seeing here is a plea bargain. They'll offer him here again, the 4 of Cups, and he doesn't necessarily have to take it. So, but, Abbott has to watch his health. But I think with the stuff coming with Paxton, it's also going to show some complicitness, if there is a such word, on Abbott's part in it too. So
yeah, I'd always felt that too, like Abbott going down, but I felt more people being brought up with it.
All right.
Well, while we're on, and actually, this is actually what I was going to ask. So you're on it. We must be on a psychic wavelength over here.
Great minds think alike.
I was going to say, Texas is talking about. I think they've already drawn up their new map. I feel their plan to gerrymander is going to backfire, because I think the way that they redrew some of the maps and how competitive the midterms will be, I actually see them losing a few of the seats that they think are going to go red. And on top of that, I think a lot of Democratic states are going to revisit gerrymandering their maps.
Bingo. But what'll happen then, when somebody gives the Republican or the MAGAs like Abbott and Paxton a taste of their own medicine, they scream foul play. They can't do that, but you all just did.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was going to say. If they do that, all these Democratic states are going to say, okay, we're going to redraw our lines too.
Absolutely.
So
it's about time they start matching fire with fire, right?
They're going to be shooting themselves in the foot if they do it in Texas. I pulled, look at this one, the 9 of Wands, which means battle scarred. They might think they'll score a win, but if they do that, ultimately the truth comes out, the magician, right? It won't work. The shenanigans are trying to pull. And there's the deceit.
Can I ask you, do you feel like they're going to gerrymander the maps? I feel like they're going to.
They will. They absolutely will. But look, the next card with that is a death card. That's a death card. So if they gerrymander, they might try to rig. That's a way of rigging the election to get their people in. But you're right, and I felt this too, and I've seen it, that other states, Democratic states, would gerrymander, and how could Texas say anything? They'll try to take it to court, but I see it getting as high as the Supreme Court. And I just wonder what the Supreme Court would say, that you can't influence the outcome of an election. But
then how is it okay that red states can do it and blue states can't? I
that's
mean,
my point.
actually, both sides do gerrymander, and I do see a stop to that at some point. I see like independent commissions drawing all of the maps. Regardless, like I said, I think they changed it so that they should get like 5 more Republican seats in Texas, and I think maybe they get 3. So I don't see it being all that successful, or them getting exactly what they want.
So,
Like I said, Democratic states will do it as well. So, and I see the House going blue in 2026.
and the Senate.
Senate, I think it's going to go blue as well, but it's a little bit harder of a Senate map for Democrats. But I'm picking up blue for both right now.
Well, the devil will be hard work, restrictions indicated. They think they're going to have financial rewards following, but they're just going to entrap themselves if they do it, because they're not going to change a difficult situation. But wow, they're so preoccupied with money and power and all that, and that's going to bite them in the hind end.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So in a way, I hope they do it, because the Democratic governors will say it, but we're going to do it too.
Well, and like I said, both sides do gerrymander, but
I know, but when does it?
It just goes under the key issue, though, that they need to have safe, or somebody that's not run by their government political party drawing maps.
What I see, they base it on the census, but what I see coming, and then they're going to try to mess with the census.
No, of course they did the last time.
Exactly. But what I see coming in, why do you think Trump was like, well, if they're not citizens, they shouldn't be in the census and whatever, right? Because they knew that was a form of messing with the census to help them gerrymander.
Right.
I see legislation passed federally to say, if you're going to redraw political districts, like you said, we're going to have a federal committee, nonpartisan, if there is a such thing, to oversee that. And they're really going to seriously restrict how that gerrymandering takes place.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of things to clean up when Donald Trump is out.
God.
And I do see voting rights, a bill getting through. And like I said, banning gerrymandering, kind of getting an independent commission to draw the maps.
It's almost like a level 6 hurricane hitting and just decimating an area. Yeah. And it's like, where do we start the cleanup?
But you start to clean up and you rebuild even stronger. So,
and that's exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Laura Wright says, Kamala cut her vacation short and now announced she will not run for governor of California. Is she done with politics? No, she is not. Mm-hmm. Will she run in 2028, or could she be the next attorney general? She's not going to run in 2028. Go ahead, Kevin, see what you pick up. As far as attorney,
I did not see governor. And actually, I just did a show with Ness. When we recorded it, we had actually brought up that we didn't feel governor for her. And then literally right before I even had a chance to post it, they were announcing it on the news. I don't think she's done with politics. I could see another presidential run.
I think she's either going to be Secretary of State or Attorney General. And I want to tell you something, but she's going to be Attorney General. She's going to be tough. But it will be an appointed position. She's not a judge, so I don't see her on the Supreme Court. But I still feel they would offer her to become Attorney General, and she'd be a good one. They don't think she's tough, but I'm going to tell you something. She's tough.
Oh, for sure. We'll see. I think she's got a book coming out too, and I actually see her getting back into the spotlight and standing up to the Trump administration.
There's a lot of people that are going to become a lot more fiery and a lot more mouthy. I feel like Newsom's going to run for president, and I feel like if he does, he'll win. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely think he's going to run. I don't know about him winning. We'll see. We'll see as we get closer.
Okay.
I think it could honestly be between Newsom and Harris. But like I said, she's got to decide whether she's going to run or not for president.
I see Newsom running, and I see him winning. So I could be wrong, but was Epstein?
Yeah, we got some time still.
We got time still. Was Epstein's trafficking operation a part of a larger blackmailing operation? If so, does that organization continue to compromise the powerful in other ways than blackmail them? Is this ongoing? What do you think, Kevin?
Oh, I absolutely think it was a blackmailing operation. If so, does the organization continue to compromise powerful people in other ways too than blackmail? I don't understand the second part.
If so, does that continue to compromise powerful in other ways to then blackmail? Oh, so in other words, do they have more on them so they can continue to blackmail them?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's it's ongoing.
It is ongoing. But boy, I want to tell you, I have to laugh when Pam Bondi says there's no file, but yet she's commenting on a file that she said doesn't exist.
Yeah, I see her leaving, man.
She is going to be in jail for obstruction of justice and big time for obstruction of justice. My guys keep telling me that. And abuse of power.
Yeah. I don't know about jail. I haven't seen that. Not to say that that's not the case, but I definitely feel like her losing her law license and being disbarred.
She will. And I'll tell you who else is going to is that Bovey, we talked about that, and Eileen Cannon too, because they're going to have proof that she, for entertainment purposes only, but that she was influenced by, unduly influenced by Cittadini's team.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking here to see if we can star something.
Suzanne says I'd like to see Newsom and Buttigieg run in 2020. I think they'll both run, but I think that would be a good ticket.
I'm sorry, say again.
Newsom and Buttigieg. I've always felt Buttigieg will eventually be president, but I do see him as a vice president.
I saw Buttigieg as president.
He's still so young, though. He's got a long time in the game still.
Yeah.
I feel vice president first.
But don't kid yourself. When he was on Fox News and all of that, I mean, he stood up to the MAGAs, and he did not show anger. He just stated facts, and he beat them with facts, and they knew that. And the more they tried, they couldn't. He just quoted the facts, and the guy is brilliant. He really is brilliant.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's gonna skyrocket in the political arena. And they might try to say he's gay. You know what? Well, they got to be careful with that because there's a lot of politicians out there who've got sugar in their gas tank and some skeletons in their closet, and that'll all come out.
Well, even with him being gay, when he ran in 2020, he won the first primary, the Iowa. Pretty, it's been pretty conservative, but a lot of Christian, blue collar people living there. So even in a place like that, a gay man can win that primary. So
people don't care so much about those issues. They look at more economy and stuff like that and how it impacts them. And so I do see an end to the MAGA movement. Yes. It's just gonna, it's not gonna be tomorrow. I'll come at 2:30. It's just like, I did a show with Lena Rodriguez on, and she brought up a very good point, and it's a point I happen to agree with psychically, is that MAGA's not going to go away like that.
Oh yeah,
they'll chip it away, just like they did Roe v. Wade. The Republicans did with Roe v. Wade. It took them 30 years. They chipped it away and chipped it away. It's not going to take 30 years, but I see MAGA just, little chips flying everywhere, and until it's tiny, if anything. And I'm thinking within the next 4 years, MAGA is going to be gone completely.
I think that there'll always be people that identify with that, but I do agree. I feel I've always said I see an implosion in the Republican Party, and I see when Trump goes down, you're going to see a deep fracture in between the party, and MAG is going to lose more and more influence as time goes on.
Deborah
Thank you,
Gass,
Deborah.
hello. And we have Acadian Proud. Hello, Acadian Proud. Thank you. Say hi to Hawaii for us. Aloha, Hawaii. It's pronounced Hawaii. Okay. All righty.
Lisa Foster says, goes Andy Bashir. I see him running in 2028, but I don't see him winning. But I do see Andy Bashir as a senator at some point.
So do I. He's a very good governor in Kentucky. People like him, and Kentucky's red, but they like Bashir. He's good. His father was governor down there, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Everybody out there, please beware. There are people in the comment section that claiming that they're from some orphanage or from something, and they're claiming to be us under the comment sections and asking for money or giving a phone number. Remember, we never solicit anybody in our comment section for readings or anything like that. So if you see it on our community boards and our comments, please let us know immediately so we can take it down.
You know how you can tell if it's us responding to a comment or if it's a troll? We'll have our channel name. Sometimes the trolls will have a period at the end of it. But another way that you can know is actually if we comment, our name is highlighted. And if you go back and look at the post, you'll actually see my photo with the replies. So that's a way to know if we responded.
I'll give this long phone number in there and call this number.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times you can tell though, because some of them are crazy. I've seen some crazy scammers out there.
I just, the reason I'm saying this is I just got something and it says,
yeah, it happens every so often. I've been seeing some channels stealing our content and posting it on that channel. I saw Linda and I notified her about that.
Right, because I just got it that somebody's using commentary illegally. So if you see it in our comment section or on our post, let us know, please. One time I went through and it was like over 200 times, and it's just a pain to have to report all that. But it was taken down immediately. So, okay.
Usually I'll get 1 million messages and emails. There's a troll there. You know what I do? I find the one comment and I remove them and block them, and it should take the rest of the comments so you don't have to do it individually.
I tell them off. Okay, Richland Divine or Devine, whatever. Hi, Mel and Kevin. Do you see a Hurricane 5 around Miami beginning in September? I feel it will affect Alligator Alcatraz. Unfortunately, I see prisoners passing away. A few will escape. Thank you both.
Well, you've said that you saw a hurricane at Alligator Alcatraz.
I see a huge hurricane hitting that whole area, and it will hit Alligator Alcatraz. And when they go to investigate it, it's going to show how horrible the conditions are there and all that stuff. I do see some people getting away, yes. I guess the question is, why were the people put there in the first place? It's funny. In Nazi Germany, Hitler had this place called Theresienstadt. And he said that, he gave the Jewish people these fake land titles and all of that. And this little village was supposed to hold a small amount of people. And he put 75 or 100,000 there until he could send them off to the death camps in Poland. And he invited the Red Cross to come. When they came in, he fattened everybody up, and they had, fake storefronts with things in the windows and all of that. And, the Red Cross and certain organizations talked about, how good the conditions were there. But nobody asked this question. Why were the people put there in the first place? Why would you round up a group of people and put them somewhere like that in the first place? And that's the question we have to ask. Why are these people being rounded up without due process? They've committed no crime, and they're being sent to concentration camps? That's the question we need to ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, I do see a hurricane, a couple.
Yeah, I see three or four. You're good. I see quite a few significant earthquakes, hurricanes this year. I do feel a couple in the Gulf, but I do see I think 2 on the Atlantic side too. I don't know about Miami, but specifically, if Miami gets hit, I doesn't feel like it's a direct hit. I do feel kind of going up a little bit more. I feel something in the Carolinas again, though, unfortunately.
All right. Let's see here. Norm Whitcomb. Hi, Norm. Hello, Mel and Kevin. Do you gentlemen have any vibes on Angus King, independent from Maine?
Well, I've seen him. He seems like a good guy. I don't know if there's a specific question with this, but
I don't know a lot about him. I'll have to look it up, but I can't really make a comment. I don't know as an independent what he stands for, but
he caucuses with the Democrats. Just like
I do see him rising up and winning an elected position. Absolutely.
I get that he's a bit of a fighter here. He's a bit of a fighter. He's a fighter. He doesn't put up with BS. He'll stand up for what's right. I'm not sure when he's up for re-election. I think he's going to run one more time before he retires. So he'll be in there for a little bit longer.
I see disappointment, but I still see him winning an elected position.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, high up. So good. All right. Dog mom. We love dogs. I saw Kevin's dogs the other day.
Yeah.
There was Finn, and what was the other one's name?
Cooper, and then I have George. He doesn't come down too often.
Oh, they were so cute. Dog mom. Well, did he be released? Thank you.
I kind of felt Trump would give him a pardon.
That's what I'm feeling. And boy, that is going to raise a furor too. But if he gets
I think I saw on the news he was talking about giving him a pardon before he's even sentenced. So,
but if he gets if he gets pardoned, and I feel he will, he'll go to jail again.
I think if he gets out on the streets, he knows a lot, and I think he's a big target.
He is. But the thing is, Trump can pardon him federally, but the states can still pick it up. The state can still pick it up. So I see him charged under the state as well. He will go to jail. But
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I get a pardon. The night's coming in, and his hopes and dreams being fulfilled here.
I see a pardon as well. But here again,
a while ago,
the state will think they'll pick up something, charges against him, and he'll screw up again and commit more crimes. So there you go.
That's if somebody doesn't take him out beforehand for entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes only. Okay, Butterfly Wings 61 says, will Greta Thunberg ever be in government?
I'm not seeing her in government.
I'm not seeing that. I could be wrong. I'm just not seeing it.
I think she's going to continue to do the work that she's doing, continue to be a leader, and push for climate change. But I'm not feeling politics for her.
All right. Rose Blue says they're now saying want Social Security to be privatized.
Of course, I don't see them privatized
for years. They're going to try it, but it won't work. If they would stop borrowing from Social Security and bleeding it, it would be doing a whole hell of a lot better than what it's been doing.
How many people pass away before they can even use their benefits that they paid in their whole life?
Why do you think they keep raising the age before you can get Social Security? Because they know a lot of people are going to die before they get it. And what happens to that money? It stays with the government. It fries me when they call Social Security and Medicare entitlement. It is not entitlement. It's something that we've all paid into. And just for the record, Megas, we pay for our Medicare. We pay monthly for that, which they've raised the prices on. It's not cheap. We paid for it. So it's not an entitlement.
Well, technically, it is an entitlement because it's our money and we're entitled to it.
Yes, I like that.
I see when Trump is out, I see a lot of reorganizing and refunding Social Security and making it even stronger. But I don't see it being privatized.
I don't either. Okay, Laura, we got some good questions tonight. Laura H says, will Emo Bove be sworn in as a federal judge? And if so, will he end up being removed? He will be sworn in, yes.
I think. Oh, I don't know if he's been sworn in already. I know the Senate voted on him, but I do, but I see him being removed too.
I see him
not
sworn in.
Going to the Supreme Court.
I see him sworn in, and I see him removed. They're hiding something. You know, the FBI didn't even investigate him, which they should have done. But look, the magician again. They're hiding something, and it's going to come out. You know, it's because the emperor wanted it, right? But, ooh, look at that. All about deceit and crookedness and all of that. And, you know, it's going to come out that you know, he's done Trump's bidding, and he'll be removed.
I got Four of Swords, which is the coffin, which is an ending, but it's also retreat.
That's right.
5 of Cups. So there's a loss. There's a grief there. I almost wonder, I don't know if he's got the best health either. Kind of seeing the Four of Swords with the Temperance card. Could be some health challenge there too.
Patty today says, I'm in North Carolina. Former Governor Roy Cooper, a Democrat, is running for U.S. Senator against Trump pick. Will Cooper win? I feel he's got an excellent chance of winning. I
see him winning.
I do too. I feel yes.
That will be one flip for the Senate. I could see. I know Susan Collins is up for re-election. I could absolutely see her losing. North Carolina flipping.
In North Carolina, justice will be done. Cooper will win. Susan Collins, you know, she would say one thing and do another, but I don't see her winning. I feel that I feel
there's another woman running against her, another woman taking it.
I don't feel her winning. Well, because she's the incumbent, I don't think they can primary her out. But I see somebody else there. Let me just check something here real quick. I asked about Susan Collins, and it would be a job change or career change. So she's going to get voted out. That's what I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody in the chat says that Bashir runs for McConnell's seat in 2026. Will he win? Or he will win. I don't think he's running. I think he's going to finish out his term as governor. I see him running for president. And I think the next election in Kentucky, I think Bashir will win that Senate seat.
All right. So this one is Mary Catherine. I'll do it the Italian way. In Italian, be Culinane, but Culinane, I guess, in English. McDade. Is California going to have earthquakes over 6 in the near future? Had a good jolt this morning. I hear yes. I hear one hitting Southern California, but one up north, like outside of San Francisco or Marin County or something like that. But
I feel quite a few decent shakeups on the West Coast. We've been seeing. I mean, we just had a huge earthquake, and thankfully the tsunami didn't. As far as I know, it didn't cause a whole lot of destruction. But I've been saying there's some kind of tsunami, and I don't think that's going to be the only one. Unfortunately, I know that they're a pretty rare event, but I do see some more big earthquakes.
Well, look at that one that hit Russia. It was one of the biggest. It was one of the biggest recorded. But
it was an 8.8. I think it was the biggest recorded in 10 years, something like that.
Yeah, it was huge.
And I see that active. I see the whole ring of fire being very active right now, including California and the West Coast. I'm not seeing huge on the West Coast, but 6, maybe a 7, which is still pretty significant.
Um, let me see. You know, that people were nervous about tsunamis hitting Hawaii. Well, one did, but you know, it kind of got maybe in the lobby, but it wasn't a huge tsunami at all. It was like not big, but
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about Hawaii getting hit by that by a huge tsunami. No, I mean with that Alaska quake, I just wasn't. All right,
Yeah.
so
I
Rose,
do feel some more volcanic activity as well.
I wish one country would tell him he's disgraced the office of the U.S. president. Oh, I'm sure they've told him that. I think that happened in Canada, and he made up an excuse as to why he had to leave. I mean, I think they really gave it to him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All right.
And we just got a super chat from Beautiful Butterfly. Thank you so much.
So all of tonight's money will be donated to Chicago Canine Rescue. Next time we do this, I'm going to donate it to Habitat for Humanity. Midas MJ, will the People's Sick Day protest be successful? Yes, it's going to be huge. What do you think?
I'm not sure when this protest is. I know that I think there's one, August 2nd, or there's one coming up. I was getting for August even more momentum and big turnout for these protests. So I'm feeling yes, People's Sick Day protests.
Okay, let's see here. Tea Garden Chicken says, so thankful tsunami did little damage. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad people are safe. Okay. Acadian Proud $1.99. Thank you. Grumpy just raised Canada tariff from 25 to 35%. You know, he's just getting even with Canada because the G7 summit and because Carney won't bend to Trump's will. And, you know, the thing is, Canada's going to raise it back. And Canada's working behind the scenes with the European Union to stand up against Trump and Trump's bullying tariffs. And probably with China behind the scenes. That's what my guides just showed me. What are you thinking, Kevin?
Oh, yeah. I feel a big blow up between him and Carney. I see them exchanging some words.
Yay.
Interesting. I have the judgment card. So holding on to a big judgment or an announcement between the communication death card. So it's a change for I see changes. I don't think that it's going to stay that for too long. Like I said, he always folds. He always chickens out. But I see Carney really standing up to him.
You know, but then he'll say that it was a big victory, even though he'll chicken out, and you know he won't hold up the demands that he wanted. But yet, if you know there's some agreement reached with tariffs, it favors them, not Trump. But he'll make it look like it was his idea.
Of course.
Okay.
Is Vance working to ask 45? Yes, I see that.
Yes. Behind the scenes, he just needs to get some different Maybellines. What he needs. Trump got rid of his orange hair. JD. I just wonder if he had that tattooed in permanently. That would be interesting to find out.
I felt a big fallout between Vance and Trump, like
so
him and Elon. And I think it's going to be here pretty soon too.
Okay.
Beautiful
butterfly. And then here's another one from, I think, oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any more starred. Let's see. Let me get to comments now. Oops. I lost comments. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're kind of working.
I do my best to kind of start as I can.
The Aiden is in the house, I think. Connie B is in the house. Sharon Donnelly. These are our moderators, and thank you. We appreciate it so well. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Aiden did that wonderful lead in. And Aiden, maybe you can do one for Aloha Thursday for Kevin and I. Let's see.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay, go ahead.
Just saw Pete Kegg's breath. I like that. May leave Pentagon to run for Tennessee governor. We have enough MAGA issues. Please tell me he won't win if he runs. I see him getting out. Another big scandal with like Signalgate. And I see Trump letting him go.
You know, if he runs for Tennessee, you know, maybe him running for Tennessee governor is the way that he thinks he's going to get out of trouble for the crap he's pulled as secretary. What is he? Secretary of Defense or something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would see him getting pulled over by police for drinking or something. I mean, he'll get out of it, but that's going to hit the news too.
Mm.
So entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, I get him leaving, and I don't see him running for Tennessee governor. He's got the death card in the 8 of Cups. It's resignation, walking away, endings here. And I threw it for both questions. So,
okay. So, here's one. It says, Midas MJ, hi, hope everyone is well. Excited to be here as long as I can. I have to moderate for Midas Touch tonight. I have an hour before I have to go. Yeah, everybody watch Midas Touch. I like that network. They've got some really good stuff on there. So hello, Midas Touch. Let's see here. I think we got time for a few more, right? Let me just scroll down to the bottom because we're looking through as we go.
Somebody asked, can you read on the cyber attacks in St. Paul? I hadn't heard of that.
I didn't hear about that. I do think it was a litmus test to see how much damage it would do and what would happen. That's what I see. I guess they're probably wondering who did it. I feel like
for this, so more truth and fairness coming out. Even could be criminal charges for the hackers.
There you go. Oh, I like this one. This is a good one. Innocent potato. Or in Kentucky, where I come from, we say innocent tater. I love winter XC skier. Unfortunately, due to climate change, we haven't had a decent snowstorm in the late 70s, 1980s in my Western Maryland town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I moved to Chicago back in 1983, 83, I thought I had moved to Siberia. You know, with the wind chill factor and the wind blowing, sometimes it was like 20 below zero. It would snow, you know, like probably starting around September or October, and we wouldn't see the ground again until spring.
Mm-hmm.
But for the past, I've seen, you know, and in Kentucky, we'd go sleigh riding every year. You know, we get snow every year, snow days and all of that. But that's a long time ago. When I was a kid, we're talking what?
Even when I was a kid growing up in the Great Lakes, we definitely got a lot more snow.
That's right.
And it was longer winters.
But
last year we got quite a bit more snow than what we had the last few years before that, but it's definitely been a lot milder.
But over the past 4 or 5 years here, we've had some cold weather. But like last winter, we maybe had 2 or 3 minor snowstorms. By minor, I mean might have been 3 or 4 inches. Usually, you know, we were getting 8 to 10 inch snowstorms consistently, and it just, you know, last winter was really, really mild, and I think this winter is going to be mild. So I think with this climate change, innocent potato, it's going to be a while before you see any snow. I mean, you know, we've got to do something, because it's the biggest existential threat we have. So anyway, my guides tell me that when T. Rump is out of office, there will be immediate emergency legislation passed to try to stop this runaway climate change.
I agree. Somebody said Elizabeth Warren fell on the Senate floor today. Is she okay? I feel she's okay. Did she slip?
Let's see here. Somebody says, Teresa says, I asked Sear, and Elizabeth Warren supposedly slipped and fell, not collapsing like a person claimed. So it was an accident. She's okay. Yeah. I feel like she's okay. Here. Ana Rodriguez says he extended Mexico's tariffs. Yeah, because, you know, think about it. You know, he's going to mess with Canada. He's going to mess with Mexico, and it ain't going to work. So he tacoed out on that one. No pun intended. You know, I have to apologize to our Latino friends, because the ones I know are wonderful, hardworking people.
Yeah.
And our Muslim friends as well. And for him to round up and vilify people because they have a Latino last name or look Latino, it's just wrong on so many levels.
Absolutely.
You know, Deanne went to Mexico and she said they welcomed us with open arms. And they're like, it's not, you know, we have nothing against Americans. Trump, yes. And I think, you know, that um, the Latino people I know are wonderful people. And I really want to apologize to them for being vilified and rounded up. It's just sad. I had a case today where a lady's husband had been here for 40 years, worked very hard, worked in medicine, paid taxes, and their sons were born here, applied for citizenship, and they said because he got an address wrong that they denied his citizenship. Now, come on, give me a...
Yeah.
So, and he's nervous about being deported.
No, of course, yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of country are we in? So, you all, we have to speak up to stop this madness. It's just going to get worse until we speak up, and not to fall for the smoke screens that they create so they can get stuff done over here.
Yeah. Well, it's all to oppress people and continue that fear monger to be able to control people.
I see Cat Lady. I met Cat Lady. Okay. Here
We got a super chat.
Oh,
Teresa
hey.
says, we already talked about Texas gerrymandering. We felt like they were going to redistrict, but it was going to backfire on them.
I think, well, we've already answered this one, but we'll end with this one. Acadian Proud. I want to know when he and all of his cohorts will be gone. The damage he has created will take years to recover from. Well, it'll take a while to recover from it, but here again, MAG is not going to go away overnight, but it's chipping away at pieces of it. And his followers aren't going to go away overnight, but they'll fall away piece by piece when they start to see how his policies are affecting the economy and how it affects their pocketbooks, specifically with those cuts to Medicaid.
Absolutely. Everybody always wants to know when. It doesn't work like that. I feel he's going to have a very hard August and September. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, we'll stop with this one. I'll let you go with it, Kevin.
And we already talked about this. What's going to happen with all those manipulations of the stock markets? Big investigations. I see people going to jail.
And I see legislation being passed to say that these politicians can no longer engage in this insider trading, and that it's going to be illegal for people to, with these tariffs and things like that, to manipulate the stock market. And that's exactly what Trump and his cronies are doing. They're using these tariffs to manipulate the stock market. So that's what I see anyway.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, shall we do one more?
You keep saying one more, Mel.
I know. All right, we're good. We
that, you know what? We answered a lot. I had 26 questions. We flew through
Linda Grindle will say one more.
I know. Well, you keep saying it. Is it one more or is it five more?
No, we're done. I'm sorry. I just, you know, I just get so wrapped up in it, unless I have to go to the bathroom. That, you know, you have to take the wee break, but I get so wrapped up in it. So anyway, and I enjoy doing shows. So there you go.
I do too. I always enjoy our time together, Mel. I know everybody else watching does as well.
That's right. Aiden, if you're in the background, can you do the outro or do I have to do it? I don't know if Aiden is in. I saw him in the chats, but I don't know if he's still there or not. But
I haven't seen him in a while. So
okay, so let me just get back to what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Next week we're going to take a bit of a break because Mel will be on vacation. But we'll conclude our Thursday nights on my channel. What day is that going to be? August 7th. Sound good?
Yes, that's great. We'll do it. All right. Meanwhile, everybody stay well. Aloha. And Kevin, thank you. And Here we go. Let's try this outro and see what happens. I don't know how that's going to work, but we will try it.
We'll try it, and if not, we'll be back again.